All right, hey, this just arrived. I did not think that in 2022, an original boxed ASCII Grip one-handed controller from 1997 could be gotten for as little as $10. Who knew? I always thought that this was a cool idea for a controller. Great for RPGs and simulation games, stuff that's not super fast moving. I never got one back in the day. I had a contact at ASCIIware back in the 90s, and so I think I have a little soft spot for ASCII, and I always thought this was a neat idea. Maybe it's super stupid. I was really into the all the TurboFire controllers that they had for PlayStation 1, even though they looked terrible. So anyways, this just arrived, and I cannot wait to open it up. Box is a little bent up. See, there's a little bit of a bend to it, but otherwise, I'm amazed that it's in such good condition. Now let's see if it's been repackaged or anything. This cardboard feels super tight still. It's definitely been rewrapped because that's a newer twisty tie. But wow. Oh, I did not know it had a let's see if I can refocus up here a little bit. A rubberized grip on the bottom, even though, does it say that on there? One piece, 360-degree directional disc. Feels pretty good. Square, triangle. Huh, I thought it was like X circle, square, triangle, but X and circle are on the back. Wow. And then we got start select, R1, R2, L1, L2. Let me get that as close as I can, and once the camera stops wobbling, I'll move this around a little bit. Wow. That's awesome. I don't know, something about this makes me think of Super NES. I don't know why. It's not the same colors or buttons. This grip does not feel like it's super old, or like it's, been sitting around in open air or something, gotten really gross and fallen apart. The ferrite core has, turn it the right direction, made in Japan. Oh, now let me turn it back around this way. ASCII grip pad, PS1 plug. Man, everything feels super great about it, but I don't believe it would have just had a white twisty tie on it. This bag seems pretty custom made for the size and length of it. Does it have, oh, it does. Maybe it is. Original folded warranty card. Favorite types of games. Systems that you currently own. My favorite video game system is an IBM PC. And then we got a little manual. Let me see if I can maybe set it up here. Make it a little bit bigger. Thank you for purchasing the ASCII Grip. Please read this manual before attempting to use one-handed. Nice. This is the arrangement when the product is purchased. Standard arrangement. Function number 1. Can be arranged for the following 3 choices. After you have changed an arrangement, it stays that way. Whoa. Hold the select and start buttons down simultaneously while turning on the PlayStation. Whoa. Arrangement 1. Arrangement 2 is circle and X on the top buttons. Special button 1, special button 2. This arrangement allows you to use the programmable buttons. Programmable buttons! Cannot memorize the directional pad or other programmable buttons. Even when the button arrangement is changed, the settings for programmable button 1 and 2 are maintained when arrangement 3 is resumed. Wow! Back buttons, which are circle and X in the standard arrangement, become programmable buttons and... button 1 and 2. What can they be? that program button 1 to press the circle button and X button simultaneously. Oh, so like you can't reach both of them, so this would be 2 buttons. Neat. PlayStation game software lets you configure keys any way you want. Compatible software will include the corresponding marks. Please look for them. Connection method. Please plug in where it plugs in. Caution, don't play with the cable. It's dangerous. Don't take it apart. ASCII Grip is precision equipment. Do not handle it roughly. Cool. Well, that's awesome. This thing looks great, and hopefully I'm going to edit this in with some other gameplay of a couple different games. So here we are in the first RPG that I could grab for the ASCII Grip controller. Lunar Silver Star Story Complete. Unfortunately, I don't have a memory card right now with a save farther in the game, so we're here right at the very beginning. But you can see, moving around, the D-pad is actually pretty comfortable to use. Square is to get into menus, and then X on the back is confirm, circle is back to exit to go back, and that's about it so far. Oh, select will also bring up the menu. Oh, everything will back out of the menu. So it's pretty... Can't give that to null. It's a little weird navigating, like, pressing here for confirm and then having to, like, slide up in a weird way that isn't quite like L1, L2, like the regular PlayStation shoulder buttons. It's kind of a weird movement to reach up and hit the circle button. I almost wish these two were side by side. So you were like hitting here for X, hitting here for circle. That's the only thing that's like kind of uncomfortable, but it's maybe because I'm holding this up in front of the camera. Having it down like on my lap, it's a little easier to reach, to just, you know, lean up and hit circle. So let's try something else. Here we go. Hogs of War. And you do have a timer in this game. You know, it's basically Worms, but in 3D. Yeah, you're going to get shot. I'm pretty sure you're going to get shot. It's a little weird. Circle is bring up the menu. So you have that weird kind of reach again. Let's see, what was it? Square is jump. Oh, L1 is a look, I think. Yeah, okay, it'll let you look. That's a weird reach. You kind of need 2 hands for that. And that's the only other buttons we've got. A jump. Let's just go ahead and shoot this guy. I think. There we go. So, sitting back... Can I do anything on this screen? No. Okay. See if he hits this tree again. He usually hits this tree. Uh-oh. Oh! Nice shot, AI. Just sitting back, it's pretty comfortable. Holding it upright for the video is a little extra uncomfortable, but you can sit and let your arm hang, and it's a little easier to hit buttons and stuff, so... Uh-oh. Man, computer's good.
Don't jeopardize my life, sir.
Let's get one... Let's kill off one pig here. And then I'll jump to something a little more action-y, maybe. Let's see how action goes. Rip. Alright, Intelligent Qube. Puzzle game, but a action-oriented puzzle game.
Worse.
Fortunately, X is the button to place the bombs. So that's kind of natural. Triangle is detonate. And L1 and R1 kind of rotate the camera back and forth. It is a little weird having X on... Having X behind the D-pad. And I guess actually it's a little weird using the D-pad with my right finger. Let me see how I do left-handed here. Like where I would normally be... Oh yeah, that's... Oops. Oh no. This is a little weird playing everything around, like looking at the screen around my phone and around my hand here. To try and keep this in frame. And one thing I was thinking about starting playing some games with this is it really is an ambidextrous controller. Everything is uniform and it can be reached. You can reach and feel everything from both sides. Like equally from both sides. Let's leave that guy there. No. What's my IQ? Like 80. It's my favorite part. Oh! Oops, I missed one. It is still a little funky. Getting used to having my left thumb be the D-pad, but also the buttons up here that are normally would be, you know, my right thumb hitting X, square, circle, and triangle. Let's see if I can sneak another one in. Nope, didn't make it. Reflexes take a little bit of practice for this controller. Whoop. Yeah, that is a little funky. All right, let's take a look at something a little more action-oriented. Here we are with Bust a Move. You'll see I just hit the square button for the X button because as I turned on the PlayStation, I held select to put it into configuration 2, which makes this, the pink square button is X, the triangle button is circle back, I think circle button becomes square, and then X becomes triangle. I was not having any luck playing this game. I'm fairly accomplished at Bust a Move, the dancing game, not the puzzle game, on a regular controller, and having circle and X back here as they're naturally mapped was really throwing me off, so I think I'll do better here. Let's see how I do holding the controller up. I'm gonna shut up because I need to count inside my head. Ah, I messed that one up. Oh. That was the circle button, I think is square. Oop. Let's try left-handed. Not so much better. No, not any better. Alright, well, that's Bust a Move, or Bust a Groove. Totally playable on this thing. Like everything else so far, would take some practice to get used to it. And actually, holding it up like this is kind of really killing my wrist. Holding it down in my lap would be great. And the other thing that would be awesome is if the cord came out of the top. It wouldn't be great for holding it up here for the video, but just down in your lap, if you were just holding it like this and the cord, the weight kind of pulled off the top of it, or not at all if it's, you know, dangling on the ground, I think it would just feel a lot better, because right now in my lap it's like the cord's already like pinched up here, up this way. Anyways, next game. Let's try something even more action-y. After Bust a Groove, I have held Start and Select while the PlayStation turns on to reset this back to configuration 1. So we're back on X and circle, square, triangle, like it should be. Oh, fading. Stylish fade to get back to the title screen for Einhander. Let's see how this goes. I'm not sure which button I'm going to have to hold down to fire. I hope it's X. You know what? I'm going to try this left-handed, because that's what I would be moving the D-pad with. Oh, no. Oh, it's this one. Well, that's not going to work. Okay. Let's try this real quick. So this will be a fail. Oh, God, what one is it? Okay, so, sheesh. So, circle. Circle is back here to move your weapons around. X is fire your second weapon. Definitely need 2 hands for Einhander. The shoulder buttons do other stuff. Oh yeah, increase your speed. Ugh. Yeah, the Einhander is not a one-hander game. Okay. All right. Down, thumbs down on that one. Let's try one more PS1 game. All right. I thought Jumping Flash might be interesting. I think Jump is on X, so we might be able to do this first-person game. First-person 3D platformer with one hand. Yeah. Eat it, nice frog. Oh, am I getting too far out of frame here? I don't know that I want to play the entire game this way. Or many of the later levels. Okay, now we gotta get up there. Hey. I don't want the bonus game. I guess I can hold it over here. Let's see. Yeah, alright. So the other buttons would be, oh, it's a hold, isn't it? Yeah, these are... Wait. It's just R2. R2 is hold to look up and down. So that won't work so well. What are other buttons? Triangle, square is fire, which is going to be kind of hard to do while you're moving. Jump is X. Circle is use whatever sub-weapon you have, so that's doable. If these were flipped, so if we did configuration 2, no, you wouldn't be able to jump on one of those two buttons. You really need to jump right here. So for all the levels where you can get by just jumping on things, this would be fine, but I don't think it's gonna work for the majority of this game. Because there are parts where you definitely need to be able to shoot and move at the same time. Yikes. That's quite a lot. Oh, and there was still one more, huh? Alright, first stage of Jumping Flash. Thumbs up with the ASCII one-handed controller. That'll do it for PS1. Let's try out some PlayStation 2 stuff and see how it goes. Alright, let's take a look at some PS2 stuff. Because a lot of PlayStation 2 stuff used analog control, so I already tried this one and it's a pretty hilarious result. Navigating the menus okay. I was like, okay, alright, this'll work. This could work. I completely forgetting how City Crisis plays. Alright, loading. Okay. Push any button. Alright, we're ready to save some people. And begin. Oh no! 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 Go, man! Save yourself! Get down there! Save yourself! Oh!
Mission failed.
Aw, it's a no on City Crisis. But I did find out in the course of recording this that there is a PlayStation 2 ASCII Grip one-handed controller. It is extremely more expensive than this thing was for PlayStation 1, so I unfortunately will not be checking that out, but let's check out a couple more PS2 games, though. If it's T&E Soft, it can only be one kind of game. Well, one of two kinds of games. It's either Hide or it's golf. And this happens to be Disney Golf. I've turned the volume all the way down because I'll never be able to post this anywhere. Also, Donald's idle animation is extremely repetitive. This was one of the first ones I actually tried out after I set up the PlayStation 2. It actually works like totally fine, as you'd expect for a golf game. There's not a whole lot of quick reaction that you need. It actually feels pretty good to use the button on the back for hitting the power marks. Sorry about the complete silence, but there's a lot of Disney-branded music in this. So triangle cycles through your views. Square, I don't think does anything. Up and down changes the power. The front shoulder buttons cycle, or L1 and R1 cycle your clubs. I don't know if L2 and R2 do anything. And circle backs out of selections. So let's use the putter from here, 387 feet away. I think that's Mickey saying, "Don't try to smash the ball." Don't tell me how to golf. Don't tell Donald how to golf. And, oh right, we got all the backspin on it. Alright. And... ooh, I messed that up. Ooh! Alright, well that's Disney Golf. You could imagine that just about any golf game would probably work okay with the control scheme of the Grip controller, as long as it supports analog or digital D-pad for aiming and moving around. That might be the one thing you run into. So let's take a look at something else. Hey everybody, it's Flipnik. Everybody's favorite fantasy pinball game. Not fantasy-themed pinball game, but fantastical pinball game. There's just no more stylish way to start pinball than that. Alright, let's see. D-pad is activating some of the things, so I imagine that's a bumper. Eventually we'll get to the playfield where I can see... Oh, yikes. Oh, hold on. It's going great so far. Not the greatest. It's left on the D-pad and circle, which is the one that's kind of hard to reach. And then as we saw, the shoulder buttons are tilt, so you don't want to wail on those too much. I'm going to switch hands here. Multi-ball already. Have a fantastic time with your multi-ball. It's your chance for a big bonus at work. You know what, can we change the buttons? No. This is not the most enjoyable way to hit the flippers on a pinball game. It does allow you to do it one-handed. But that's just not too enjoyable, hitting circle back here and... Oh no! A big UFO's coming! And left on the D-pad. Not my favorite. And does not seem to be configurable, unless it's configurable outside of the game. Let's take a look at the menus real quick and see if you could configure Flipnik. No, I think I'm alright not saving. Oh, triangle is back. Oh, you are not allowed to reconfigure. You'd be at the mercy of the programmable buttons on this thing if you wanted to try and make, like, left and right flipper or something. Not a great win on Flipnik. And last up on PlayStation 2 is Mobile Light Force 2, or Shikigami no Shiro. I think this will work. I assumed it would just be holding a button down to shoot and moving with the D-pad. It's been a while since I played it. Yeah, this is the way to play. Right-handed, with your right thumb on the D-pad, holding down the, like, alternate fire mode where you move slower. It's only gonna get me shot immediately. Yep. There we go. Let's try left-handed. Uh-oh. Now we're in trouble. Hey, if you've never seen any of my old videos where I play a shooter, I'm very bad at them. So you're in for a real treat here, a real professional show. Actually, you know what? This time I'm just going to blame it on the controller. Let's see. Is circle the regular attack? Nope. Circle's a bomb. Okay, you'd have to keep wailing on this button if you want the regular fire, and that's not going to happen. If I could do this two-handed, totally defeats the purpose. It's also hard to move around on the D-pad. Alright, well, that's it. Let's wrap this up. In an alternate universe, the Grip controller reinvented how we play games. Using it now, you can just barely feel how the one-handed layout could have changed things. But by the time it launched in 1997, we were already pushing into analog controls and not thinking about a casual gameplay experience. I think it's a great option for players with disability or mobility needs, though. The alternate and programmable configurations help overcome some of the issues with button placement, even if it's a little clunky to change the layout back and forth. I won't be using the grip for any kind of regular play, but I'm happy to finally own one, and in such great condition. It's worth picking up for anyone who appreciates a good weird controller, and it's much more affordable for a lark than its PlayStation 2 successor is. Thanks for watching.